Dallas Mavericks. Washington and Gafford, the combo inside. The two stars in the backcourt, Luka and Kyrie. And it's MP in at the small forward position. And for the Rockets, at small forward and power forward, it's Brooks and Smith. Thompson out there with Green. And it's Şengün in at the 5 down low. And with New Year's Day upon us, Grant, what goes through your mind as a player?
Wow. Another new year, new possibilities. Time to put it in gear as the NBA action heats up. Teams that survive this stretch run start to become real contenders.
Doncic against Green. Brooks outside. 4 on the clock. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And as we head deeper into January, let's glance over the power rankings and see where we're at. Taking a look at Los Angeles, they slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
Well, right now for the Mavericks, they're still trying to find a way to play to their full potential in a holding pattern of sorts right now. But that could change with a couple good games.
Oh, Brooks with the steal. To the paint. Here's Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, what an athlete Smith is. Excellent at rising up to punch it home.
And the third pick in 2022, Jabari Smith Jr. He struggled at times in his rookie season. But Clark, he's making some major strides now.
You know, B.A., you've heard me and others say this, but every player runs their own race. Everybody's development journey is their own, to own and to run. Sometimes it just takes a little while longer for guys to adjust at this level. But I tell you one thing about that young man, the progress he made lets you know he's got what it takes to one day be an all-star in this league.
This shot is good. Doncic making the play. Washington's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Clever dribble move by Washington. Threw off the defender there.
Şengün in the post. Working on Gafford. Şengün passes to Green. And Gafford with the block. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. MP against Brooks. Here's MP. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to be on Jabari Smith.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
And count it. The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
Showing off that phenomenal body control right there. Green gets the shot to go despite being bumped.
Clark, what catches your eye about Jalen Green at a fundamental level?
Well, it starts with his pure explosiveness. That just jumps out at anybody because he's jumping over everybody, okay? The way he can get up and down the floor and hang and lift. That's what stands out, his athleticism. And he's actually rounding off some of the rough edges in his game that makes him kind of scary as we go forward.
Now here's Brooks. He picked up 10 in his last game. Here's Thompson. No luck on that one. Nice D from Gafford. And Doncic has got the ball here for the Dallas Mavericks. Last time they met was in Dallas.
In their last game against this opponent, they secured the win because their second unit really stepped up.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
Here's Washington. The second effort. And finished off by Gafford as he lays it in.
And right away, he's going to work on the boards, just fighting for every rebound.
Yeah, we call those winning plays, particularly when you're doing it with the kind of effort he does. Those kinds of hustle plays, it'll be interesting to see what he's got left in his tank because he usually makes money.
Houston in the lead. Taking a look at the Mavericks. They've got Derek Lively. MP is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Najee Marshall, and it's Gafford in at the center position.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Dallas shooting 36% for the game. Not great. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, MP in their last game against the Kings made some excellent plays. He added 11 points and made a good number of free throws as well. He showed just how reliable he can be when his role on the floor is expanded. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, got it. We saw him play in attack mode the other day. We'll see if he can keep it up in this one.
You know, I think he can. A repeat performance should be no problem for him.
You know, I'm curious, guys, to see whether the defense plays him straight up, plays him honestly, or do they deny him, trap him, whatever they can do to force the ball out of his hands. We'll see.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good. You know, Clark, watching Kyrie Irving, he still does things you just can't believe.
His ball handling ability is just remarkable, and his finishing ability surpasses his rush hour handles, and that's saying a ton. He can beat anybody off the dribble. He can make tough shots. He really is one of the elite scorers from the guard position in the history of the NBA. I don't think that's an overstatement. From the angles he finishes, the shots he can make, he's as elite as we've had in the league.
Doncic is checked in for the Mavericks.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
MP with it, guarded by Smith. MP, the pass to Lively. Green against Doncic. Over Green. In the paint. Luka.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row ain't close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And it's Thompson penetrating from 8 feet, and it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
What a burst Thompson has. I mean, on his drives, he goes from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat.
With the drive, and the call will be against Alperon Şengün. That's his first foul, and Houston making a change here. Brooks is checked in, and Dallas with a change here too. Washington's checked in for Lively. Gafford in the post, defended by Şengün. MP goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
Well, the Rockets shooting only 40% from the floor in this game. Smith inside. Washington's there. Thompson outside. Şengün passes to Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. Thompson's got 6 points.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
And is blocked. Outside for Brooks. Fires the 3. Washington grabs the miss. The Mavericks trailing. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Irving. Oh, a beautiful. Reverse layup. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Washington passes to Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And it's Brooks missing.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
Kicks it out to MP. 2:34 left to play in the first half of basketball. Shot clock at 6. Washington against Smith. And it's Washington missing.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, Jabari Smith Jr. is making some serious strides, and Coach Ime Udoka praised him and said his all-around game, his confidence, great defensive versatility. He's starting to handle and make plays for others. Shooting is a huge asset for him, but we want him to post up and find his mid-range shots as well. He can rise up over.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we
end of the first half with a score, your Rockets 27, the Mavericks 32.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year's to all of you as we continue our broadcast. One of the stories here, Daniel Gafford. Man, is he getting it done today.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Smith and Şengün play together in the front court. Thompson out there with Green. And it's Brooks in at the 3. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
What a throwdown by Brooks there. Always looking to establish some force and dominance with his play.
Green against Doncic. And too long on the shot. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And he's got his 4th free throw of the game.
We've seen some obvious improvement in his free throw shooting since last year.
Up top, Brooks. Covered by MP. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. No problems knocking that one down. Smith's got 7 points.
You know, Smith came into the league as a capable and confident shooter off the catch.
And the dunk by Gafford.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected.
Man, I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
Thompson passes to Smith. Out left to the wing. Three-pointer, Brooks. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I mean, the motor this kid has is unmatched. Smith goes up with a purpose.
Doncic deciding where to go with it. The 3-ball. Doncic delivers from range.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Rockets trail by 4. Brooks outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Brooks has gotten 4 this quarter.
Good job by Brooks. Getting a close-in look and capitalizing.
Pass to Irving. Uneasy, too, on the layup. 6 points for him.
They're on fire right now, shooting 80% to start the second half.
Here's Green. Oh, Green with a strong take.
Excellent job by Green finishing through that contact.
And it's Doncic on the drive. And Doncic hammers it home.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Timeout called. Houston.
It's T-shirt time. Who wants one out there?
And Houston will... And so it's Dallas with it. 4-point game. Looking ahead, they've got the Cavaliers coming to town for their next one. And that's a 1-game homestand for the club. On the floor for Dallas starting the 4th quarter. Washington and Gafford, the combo inside. MP is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Irving in at the 3. The first free throw is good. Jalen Green, he's checked in for the Rockets. And both free throws good for MP. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for Houston. Gafford with the block. They retain possession.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
And he lobs it up top. And the dunk by Gafford.
And this guy, to me, embodies determined. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Pass to Thompson. And Kyrie Irving clears the rebound. The Mavericks shooting has been good, around 52% from the field. 60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. To the middle. To take the lead. And it's Gafford missing.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
Inside. Smith passes to Brooks. Basket's good. And the Rockets lead by 2.
Yeah, the first half was one to deep 6 or forget. But in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Here's Doncic. Here's Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
And a fast break now. The Mavericks on the run.
Boy, it's fun watching Irving share the ball. I mean, when he concentrates on running the offense, this team is really dangerous.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
This is legit showmanship right here. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the tomahawk there.
That's more than just getting 2 points. That was sending a clear message.
Well said, because it really could shift momentum here. I mean, the energy you see from the guys on the bench, when they get pumped up like that, I think everybody gets pumped up.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the Rock inside and convert.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Thompson finds Green. Up and over Doncic. And that one's good. Green. Green's got 10 points here in the second half.
Green's got a full toolkit now, which makes him unstoppable at times.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. He misses the free throw.
At the line for Houston.
And he sinks the second.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
The Mavericks have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the fourth. Ooh, stolen by Smith.
2 minutes.
Here's Brooks. And he dunks it down.
Dylan Brooks relishes the chance to make the big impact play.
Mavericks trail by 3. Doncic passes to MP. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Doncic has got 3 assists tonight.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Pass to MP. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Count that one. Boy, it's been a grinder, a back and forth all night.
Oh, 7 times the lead has changed. Neither team giving an inch.
Now here's Smith. Here's Green. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Gafford's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's MP. Got a piece of it.
You can tell Smith really relishes being a force on defense. Blocks like that will help him anchor himself at that end of the floor.
Count it! All right, let's take a look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Houston.
Well, you have to like what you've seen from them defensively. They've done well contesting shots and have managed to come away with some blocks, too.
Boy, I've liked the defensive persistence, hounding the opposition and forcing mistakes. As a result, coming up with steals, too.
To the inside. Money!
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game.
Yes.
From deep, here's Doncic. Second chance effort. Count it! And that one brings them within one.
Just owning the offensive glass right now. Just refusing to let up.
I love his ability to carry this team for long stretches in games. And we're right now in one of those stretches. He's been doing this for a couple of games in a row now, so he's rolling.
Lively, he's checked in for Gafford.
Luka Doncic. Third personal foul. Third team foul.
He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2.
Looking for a one-word descriptor for Jalen Green? The best one I come up with is exciting. The way he runs the floor and gives every play his all. This guy's just fun to watch.
Timeout on the floor. Mavericks. They're down by 3. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our new balanced player of the game, Jalen Green.
He just came out and really took over the game, mainly due to how aggressive he was attacking the defense off the dribble. They had no answer for him, and he knew it.
Doncic finds Irving. MP outside. 17 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one.
And that's a low percentage shot, and I'm sure he knows it.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, you can't allow them to dribble out the time.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And so he drops them both, and it's a 5-point game.
That should put this game on ice, not leaving any points behind.
And Dallas calls time here. They're trailing by 5. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth. All right, guys, what's your take?
And they're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, they're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
And it's Doncic missing. And an intentional foul right there.
P.J. Washington. Second personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. MP way outside. Offline. And so it's Houston winning this one. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves. But at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum shifted away from them a few times, especially early on. But give these guys credit. For sticking with the game plan and finishing the job.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson.
Still don't know a 10 and ain't a soul that's gonna take from me. Lot of life be fairy tale, they be make believe. If I tell her I'll be right back, yeah, she gon' wait for me. I love model every name from A to Z. Yeah, these got me. How the these mad at me cause I got rich? They mad at me cause these went broken, they need fix, They ain't give me nothing, I ain't giving no grown man, These handshakes getting weirder and weirder. Look at every man eye to eye.
starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. And it's Okoro in at the three, the small forward. And for Dallas, big man on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. The star backcourt, Doncic and Irving are the guard set. And it's MP in at the three. And Greg, here we are, not yet halfway into the season. For players, has the wear and tear already set in?
It can. Sometimes it's the accumulation by the end of a season, but other times it's just a challenging stretch that can leave you reeling.
Now, here is Irving. Here's Doncic. Excellent D there from Allen. Looking at Dallas, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Rockets. Here's Garland. Another shot. And Allen with the layup.
You know what? That's all about hustle and a nose for the basketball. Tremendous job on the offensive glass by Jared Allen.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot two at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell. The Mavericks shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Doris with Nowitzki and Doncic. The Mavericks have gone from one great European player to another.
And you could tell the 1 year that Luka got to play with Dirk, Kevin, he absolutely loved it. He got to learn from a Hall of Famer and a champion. What better way to start your career?
Here's Doncic. Darius Garland picking up that last basket. Gafford kicks to MP. On the wing, Doncic. 6 to shoot. Misses the three. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Garland against Irving. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. G.A., you look how Garland can create for himself. Very good off the catch or the bounce.
So deadly off of those high pick and rolls because he can dribble into that three. A playmaker that can do that is a headache. Garland knows how to create that space and get his looks.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Don't give Luka any airspace, especially when he's handling the rock, because this guy's always a threat in the pull-up game.
Garland feeling it out a little bit. Pass to Mobley. Irving against Mitchell. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Yes, Kevin, I caught up with Jason Kidd just a few minutes ago. Front of mind tonight, Jared Allen, the outstanding center. They were telling me how Allen does so much out there, particularly on defense. They said Jared is an incredible rim protector, and when he's on the floor, he'll avoid driving the paint. Jared Allen looming large down low, guys.
Thank you, David.
Well, the tight handle allows Luka Doncic to make the pretty move off the bounce.
Garland against Doncic. Nobody near Allen. Drills the three-pointer. Allen's got 5 now.
Wow, how about the start to this game? Taking excellent shots, capitalizing on everything the defense is giving him. This is great stuff.
And it'll be the Mavericks with their first time out here of the game. Well, last season, the Cavaliers won their first... The Mavericks trailing. Big man on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. MP is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Exum in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Washington finds Irving. Over Allen. Here's Gafford. Back to Washington. And another shot. And it's Gafford laying it in. Gafford's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Mavs. To the middle. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Guys, how often do you see an alley-oop designed for your guard? Donovan Mitchell defies explanation.
MP looking it over. Stolen by Allen. Mitchell in the corner. The three. And another three for Cleveland. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Cleveland.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Now, here's Mitchell. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Allen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice job drawing the contact on that move. Jared Allen, very difficult to contain because of his length.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Dallas. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Okoro's checked in. Now, here's Doncic. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Here's MP. They trail by 6. Clock at 4. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
Here's Mitchell. And that one drops. Mitchell's got the lead up to 8 now for Cleveland.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
When it comes to the game's elite scorers, Doris, Donovan Mitchell is certainly on that list.
And Kevin, there's no question about it. He's a proven playoff performer, a natural leader who doesn't mind a team leaning into his scoring ability. And the beauty is he can do it in a lot of different ways.
They get it back. Allen's shot is off. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Irving against Mitchell. Fires from the line. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Allen's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks excited.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Rockets put together a real nice game. He contributed 11 points, and his assertiveness drew a lot of attention from the defense. He drew
That's the end of the first half. With the score, your Mavericks 35, the Cavaliers 40.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Spencer Dinwiddie.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, a lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. And it's Okoro in at small forward. To the paint. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Doncic against Garland. The pass to Mobley. That's good, and it's Garland with the assist. Garland's got 3 assists now in this one. Mavericks trail by 9. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Doncic finds Washington. Back to Doncic. Puts up a deep 3. Jared Allen grabs the miss.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
And it's Allen with the jam.
Well, this guy has got tremendous length and hops. Jared Allen makes it easy.
Now, Doncic. He's got 6. On the wing, Irving. Pass pass to Doncic. Oh, an easy two from Doncic.
That's a high percentage look for Luka Doncic. He is a menace if he gets that deep.
And Doris, at last season's trading deadline, Dallas making moves for Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington.
Kevin, this was cool in a couple of ways. For P.J. Washington, a hometown kid. For Daniel Gafford, he grew up 4 hours away. But most importantly, these two guys fit like a glove around the incredible Luka Doncic. Sometimes roster construction just works beautifully.
Cleveland shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And Doris, this summer, the Cavaliers opting to make changes.
And, Kevin, a little bit of a surprise in this particular way. They fired their coaching staff, bring in a new regime. And think about it, you fire that group after you've made the playoffs 2 seasons in a row, and yet you still opt to go in a different direction. So a lot of pressure on the staff coming in.
Garland dishes to Allen. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. And right there is the list of rookie assist leaders for the last 10 games. It's been all about team play for this group lately. You look at MP, 3rd in assists and a great leader.
Really starting to connect with his teammates. I mean, a really heads-up player for a rookie.
No good on the free throw. And the Mavericks with some changes. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. And it's Najee Marshall in for Washington. Then for the Cavaliers, Dean Wade, he's checked in for Allen. And Strus is subbed in for Okoro. Garland, that's for 2. They get the rebound. A second chance effort. The putback. It's Kulit on the putback. Mobley's got the lead up to 11 now for Cleveland.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And the Mavericks call time here. Still in his early 20s, Doris, Evan Mobley is such a great player. So long, athletic. I know you love his play.
I certainly do, Kevin. And there's a lot of reasons why you begin.
And so Garland will bring it up for Cleveland. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for him. Big man on the floor for him. It'll be Washington Gafford. Doncic out there with MP. And it's Irving at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Doncic. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Boy, and the foul. Doncic has got great upper body strength. Completes the play. Nicely done.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown from Cleveland.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the 3-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
Also, they've been living in the lane. They're getting the ball in close, and it's had a devastating impact all game long.
Pass to Mobley. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Doncic. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Here's Garland. A basket good off the assist from Allen.
Tremendous balance and body control. Darius Garland, no stranger to finishing inside.
Doncic passes to MP. Here's Gafford. And it's sent back by Allen. The Cavaliers shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Garland, the pass to Mobley. Over Washington. And again, it's Cleveland.
Okay, Evan Mobley a big, folks, but you can see the touch on that mid-range jumper. That's pure.
MP outside. Over to the wing. And it's sent back by Allen.
This guy is a sensational shot blocker. Jared Allen twice on the pipes.
Takes the 13-footer. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Outside Irving. That one doesn't go. The Cavaliers leading by 14. Right wing. Here's a Okoro. And the rejection by Gafford.
Boy, you see the great timing of Daniel Gafford on the defensive end.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Garland. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Garland's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's how you use the floater. Darius Garland gets into his bag.
And the Mavericks call time here. Doris, when the Cavaliers made the trade for Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland began to do a lot of his work off the ball.
He had to, Kevin, and he made no secret of the fact that this was an adjustment. When you are accustomed to being the primary initiator, moving off the ball takes time. But to his credit, he's adapted beautifully.
Mavericks trailed by 16. Here's MP. Inside. And Gafford throws it down.
Now, Daniel Gafford is a vertical threat at the cup. Look out below.
Cavaliers have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. There's the feed to Mobley. Makes it off the glass.
And the ever-growing confidence of Mobley inside, he knows these are shots he can make consistently.
On the wing, Irving. Covered by Okoro. Irving kicks to MP. Passes it to Washington. And stolen by Mobley.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Cavaliers.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And with the winning coaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Allen.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
36 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Mitchell against Irving. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Washington finds MP. Doncic left side. 5 to shoot. Offline with his 3. And here is Garland. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
Still don't know a 10 and ain't a soul that's gonna take from me. I done life be fairy tale, they be make believe. If I tell her I'll be right back, yeah, she gon' wait for me. I love model every name from A to Z. Yeah, these got me. How the these mad at me cause I got rich? They mad at me cause these went broken, they need fix. They ain't give me nothing, I ain't giving no grown man. These handshakes getting weirder and weirder. Look at every man eye to eye, I don't fear them. These little that worse than me. I ain't buy my other the purse in a minute. I ain't take a pretty to Turks in a minute. I ain't put no in a minute. I ain't been on earth in a minute. I always talk to God, but I ain't been to church in a minute. Crosses on my pants, I'm a Christian for real. Vixens for real. At the end of it, I stand on business for real. Throw it like money over. I know how I feel to be discreet, so bankroll kinda small, gotta beef it up. It's forever with us, we don't gotta. I put it on your head, keep it up. 30,000 ones, 30 on me. Go around and make it. Keep on acting like you have emotion, you just in a way. Ain't never too far from this, I'm just a flight away. I seen trip and fall, I tie up they shoelaces. Young fly lip, got rich on suitcases. Ain't slept since. It seems like 5 days since. Every time I hold up my wrist, it's a new face. I shouldn't have got a whip for her. She came to my convention. She texting these, she give me a commission. Only time these could get at me is my mentions. Buy for it, get it tailored, I know her dimension. She's so in love with CC, it's all over her wish list. They took her to the back room, I let her get the big. Full of envy, don't put them in your business. I let you go for whatever you want and she ain't get. I'm 800 and on chrome jean, camo shorts and a long sleeve. I'll be gone for a month or two. I'm knocking off this money. I gotta keep some.
Is there a favorite dribble combo move that you have?
Basically, I call it a sway dribble. And basically, you're just floating, and you're kind of doing a float dribble to the side, either side. And you're looking at how the defense is playing you. Is the defender moving? Is he standing flat-footed? Is he trying to back off you? Is he coming to press you? So I love to do the sway move to kind of gauge to see where he is, check his temperature, so to speak. And then once I get to that point, I love to actually hit him with a quick combo move, double rocker, I call it, a quick crossover, really fast.
So you recently wrote a book about your journey in pro basketball. Talk about the advice that you give.
Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action coming up for you. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And now Dallas' starting group. The two stars in the backcourt, Luka and Kyrie. Washington and Gafford, the combo inside. And it's MP in at the three. And for Memphis, Moran and Smart make up the backcourt. Bain and Jackson Jr. holding down the forward spots. And it's Bagley in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions. But tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. MP outside. Pass to Gafford. It's Washington, high post. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Dallas shooting their initial free throws of the game here. And so Washington nails both of them. And so Moran will bring it up for Memphis. Smart outside. Jackson down low. He's guarded by Washington. Jackson gets the bucket.
Well, usually a guy who's more inside or out beyond the arc. But the mid-range isn't an area that Jackson Jr. needs to avoid.
Now here's Doncic. Checking the numbers, he's averaging close to 15 a game.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Smart outside. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Now here's Gafford. Pass to Washington. Clock at 4. Over Jackson. And it's Washington missing. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Taylor Jenkins. We talked about how exhausting it is to go up against Luka Doncic. Coach told me, quote, Luka's probably the toughest cover in the league because no one has been able to figure out a way to stop him. We have to just bring the intensity and do our best to slow him down. It's going to take a team effort to get that done. Back to you, BA.
Okay, thank you, Allie. From deep, Bain. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
Yeah, I think they'd like to forget that game. You usually want to find some teaching moments, but in this case, it might be best to just destroy the tape.
Well, everyone has off nights. They just need to make sure that they bounce back strong.
Stan, certain NBA teams take on the identity of their home. Like the Grizzlies, for example. They call Memphis Grind City.
Well, Brian, I think it's a perfect fit. Hard-working people in a hard-working city, and they want a hard-working team.
And Dallas making a change here. Lively's checked in. Outside Bain. Knocked loose. MP with it. Guarded by Morant. MP, the pass to Washington.
Smooth finish off a terrific feed.
Man, the timing and execution couldn't have been any better right there. Grizzlies trail by 4. Smart looking around. Kyrie Irving clears the rebound. And so it's Irving with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. MP finds Irving. 1:52 left in the first quarter. The open J off the mark.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Here's Morant. Drops in the layup for 2.
Because of his ability to elevate and make adjustments in air, Morant has no trouble scoring inside.
Doncic passes to MP. .124 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Lively. Doncic outside. 5 to shoot. And here's MP from outside. And it's Bagley with the rebound. Memphis trailing here. From deep, Bain. Not going to go that time. The Mavericks have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Here's MP. Dallas, no good that time either. Memphis has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Down low. And that one's good. Bagley. Bagley's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Well, even when there's not an open passing lane, Ja will create one. He is an excellent passer.
MP. The shot is good. Doncic making the play.
That's an excellent bucket there. Not an easy one. That took some creativity.
To the middle. It's tipped.
Well, he can't get anything to go right now. It's time to look at affecting the game in other ways.
Irving, no good. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Morant. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. P.J. Washington picks one up.
Some guards are absolutely fearless.
Going with a whole new group out there. Stand back in your early coaching days. What was the dynamic working with the front office?
Well, I was in good situations, and so you need the coach and the front office in sync, where you're all working toward the same goals and you understand what the process is going to look like.
And how in sync were you when Stan was the coach and Stan was the front office?
We had problems then because the coach didn't like the front office very often, and the front office was always unhappy with the coach.
Nice. Smart and Bain on the wing. Jaren Jackson out there with Marvin Bagley. And Morant in at the 1. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Well, Coach, one of the more electric players in the NBA, Ja Morant.
Yeah, that's for sure, Brian. High-flying, acrobatic at the rim, just a supreme athlete, and he is without a doubt one of the most exciting players this league has to offer.
Yeah, so crafty at drawing fouls. Kyrie really enjoys going at the defense and daring them to get aggressive.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Ja Morant is excited to be back on the court. He's looking to lead this Grizzlies team back to the postseason. He said of the adversity, quote, "It made me better. I'm just grateful and thankful for the position I'm in." Brian, it's great to have him back in action.
Yeah, everyone loves a comeback story, Allie. Thanks. They get it back. Gafford kicks it out to MP. Washington passes to Doncic. Inside. Gafford finds Doncic. They shoot again. Doncic throwing his weight around.
Oh, my. Tight defense, but Doncic just muscles it in.
Grizzlies lead by 8. Morant looking around. Pass to Smart. Jackson outside. Outside Bagley. Now here's Bane. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over MP. Bane, no good.
He struggles shooting the rock, yet they're still winning. It's a good thing his teammates have played well.
And stolen by Bagley. Outside Bane. Gafford with the block. Outside Irving. A minute 6 left in the second quarter.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. Okay, a chance to look at some numbers for Jaren Jackson. Aldama's checked in for Desmond Bane, and it's Pippen in for Smart. And Dallas also making a switch. Lively's checked in. 52 seconds left in the first half of basketball. MP finds Lively. To the wing, right side. Washington against Bagley. Washington's shot is good. Washington's got 6 points.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Outside Morant. Pass to Bagley. Excellent D there from Lively.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
We've got 13 seconds left in the second period. Outside for Irving. Goes back up. The shot, no good. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Man, you look at Jaren Jackson. He's been playing really well.
There's virtually nothing you can do to stop him. I mean, you can't even contain him. He's been that great.
Yeah, he makes defenses look utterly helpless. It's like pick your poison trying to contain him.
Taking a look at the Mavericks. Washington and Gafford, the combo inside. The 2 stars in the backcourt, Luka and Kyrie. And it's MP in at the small forward position. Doncic passes to MP. To the inside. Stolen by Jackson. Morant with it. Gafford picks him up. Pass to Bain. Good. And the setup by Morant. Morant's got 5 assists tonight.
Smooth and fast release from Bain that time.
And one thing that Morant has always been a lead at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
Clark is checked in for Memphis. And Dallas with a change here, too. Marshall's checked in. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. They'll pin that one on Marcus Smart. Dallas shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. And Dallas also making a switch. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Irving. Free throw good. MP will stand in this league. The opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, 2nd-round pick. Bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
And here's the fast break. Smart passes to Morant. And again, it's Memphis missing.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the 3rd quarter.
And there's the lob. Oh, deflected. Bain with it. Now Thompson defending. Morant against MP. Over MP. The Mavericks pull it in.
And I'm sure this isn't how they drew it up at the half. Only 1 for 5 here in the 3rd quarter.
Here's Gafford. Clark grabs the board. Memphis leading by 3. Morant pass to Jackson. Up top Morant, guarded by Doncic. Gafford with the block. And he's able to get it back. 6 on the shot clock. Morant missing again.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Grizzlies great Marc Gasol last season retiring from basketball. He embraced the city of Memphis. He said, quote, "I think a player has to feel that it's their city and they have to fight for it. You play with a different mindset when you do that. To me, winning was the most important thing."
And they did a lot of winning, Allie. So both teams making...
Substitution on the court.
Pass to MP to take the lead. He can't get that one to fall. Excellent D there from Morant. Morant and Smart make up the backcourt. Bain and Jackson Jr. holding down the forward spots. And it's Clark in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Jackson down low. Washington's there, and that's out of bounds. Last touch by Washington. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
Another shot. Here's Bain. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, Bain is a talented scorer. Not just a perimeter threat, he's also capable of finishing inside.
Who's watching here?
MP scanning the floor to the paint. And Washington with the basket on the assist by MP. MP's got 3 assists tonight. And it's Morant with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. They've led by as much as 10. They'll be playing host to Houston for their next game. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home. And that one's good.
And this is what's so special about Morant's game. His mobility and his explosiveness.
Doncic against Morant. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant 1. Unnecessary contact.
You know, it's just hard to watch a player put the well-being of an opponent at risk. He rightfully earned that flagrant.
Yeah, the officials are all over that one, sending a clear message that that kind of roughness is unacceptable. First one falls.
And Doncic is a walking triple-double threat. His versatility and confidence is really special.
Grimes, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic passes to MP. Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Here's Washington, and the layup is good off the glass.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to happen.
Jackson, pass to Smart. That three's off the mark. For Dallas, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Stolen by Jackson. Now here's Smart, tightly guarded. Gafford against Jackson. Stolen by Gafford. For the finish, Luka with the finish.
And from the moment he stepped into the league, Luka's been a big-time player.
Smart outside. Pass to Morant. Jackson outside. Outside Morant. Clock at 6. Who poked away? Bane. Nice work on the boards, paying off with a basket.
Clutch points from Bane. Never scared of the moment.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're up by 1. There's a minute 54 left in the fourth quarter. Now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Daniel Gafford.
Defensively, they were not prepared for his inside game. They were not able to deny him the ball, and once he got it, he was so quick and able to get to work. Just a masterful performance in the paint tonight.
Bagley's checked in for Clark. And Dallas also making a switch. Irving's checked in for Grimes. MP, the pass to Doncic. Beyond the arc. Luka! Lethal!
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Outside Morant. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
And the over and back call is just a loss of focus.
Yeah, you hate to see sloppy, careless play like that. It's so unnecessary.
Pass to MP. And the layup falls. And it's a 6-point Maverick lead.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
Morant, no good. Here are the Mavericks now with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. MP, the pass to Doncic. Three-pointer off the mark. Up top, Morant, guarded by Doncic. The three from Bane. He connects! What a beautiful shot! Brings it within 3!
Well, that's a huge bucket in a pressure-packed moment. You can see why this team trusts Desmond Bane.
MP, the pass to Washington. The Grizzlies pull it in.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Morant against Doncic. And it's good! Oh, what a sensational bucket! That brings it within 1. Jackson, the pass to Smart. Outside Morant. Oh, there's the alley! Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you gotta love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. And Dallas calls time here. They're behind by 1. 7 seconds left to play in the fourth. Your thoughts, guys?
This is where your coaching is so important. They need a really good play now.
Well, they'll likely only get 1 shot at this. They need to make it count.
Here's Doncic. Good!
Well, not really much you can do to stop him there. You want your players to go hard at the bucket like that.
All right, now a timeout called by Memphis. They're down by 1. 1 second left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
They've got one last chance to win it. It's got to be a catch and shoot off the inbounds play. They don't have time for a second pass.
For the win. Oh, that shot had a chance, but the all-or-nothing shot attempt is off the mark. And so the big win by Dallas in a tight game. And this was an emotional win for them, no doubt about it.
Just a fantastic accomplishment. You love how they just diffuse the energy in this arena.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Stand on all 10 and ain't a soul that's gonna take from me. I done life be fairy tale, they be make believe. If I tell her I'll be right back, yeah, she gon' wait for me. I love model every name from A to Z. Yeah, these got me. How the these mad at me cause I got rich? They mad at me cause these went broken, they need fix. They ain't give me nothing, I ain't giving no grown man. These handshakes getting weirder and weirder. Look at every man eye to eye, I don't fear them. These little act worse than me. I ain't by my other purse in a minute. I ain't take a pretty to Turks in a minute. I ain't put no in a minute. I ain't been on earth in a minute. I always talk to God, but I ain't been to church in a minute. Crosses on my pants, I'm a Christian for real.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me at the table, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we've also got Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sidelines. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Down in the block, it's LeBron and Davis. Austin Reeves out there with Christie. And it's Reddish in at the 3. And for the Mavericks, big man on the floor for him, it'll be Washington and Gafford. MP is out there with Doncic. And it's Marshall in at the 3 spot. And you know, the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
Now, here's Marshall. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's LeBron. Here's Davis. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
You can't afford to leave anyone open on LeBron James' team because you know what? He has proven he will find them.
Marshall with it. Washington kicks to MP. Back to Washington. And stolen by LeBron. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. No one near Reeves as he lets it go. And that one's good by Davis.
Well, look, it's no secret that Davis can be a dominant figure on the glass, and he just turns rebounds into points so easily.
Arguably one of the best bigs of his generation, Anthony Davis. I know you admire his game.
Well, he takes over the game on both ends of the floor. You would look at a Tim Duncan, a Kevin Garnett, a guy that can beat you with 5 blocks, or a guy that can dominate the post and score 25 a night.
James shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. RJ last season, LeBron passed 40,000 career points. Do you think we'll ever see someone get even close to that number again?
Probably not, Kevin. Not in my lifetime. You have to understand, you're going to have to score 25 points a game for 20-plus seasons to even have a chance. LeBron, he's one-on-one.
Now, here's Washington. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Shot clock at 5. Here's Marshall. The Lakers with the rebound.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Davis, the pass to Reeves. Washington against LeBron. Shoots over Washington. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Over in the corner, Marshall. Washington against LeBron. And Davis sends it back.
It's the length of Davis that makes it so hard to shoot over top of.
Christie can't make it. For Dallas, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, here's Washington, and then Washington with the dunk.
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his balance.
James looking around. Pass to Reddish. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
Great find by Bron using his basketball IQ. If you don't understand how smart he is, just ask him.
And it'll be the Mavericks with their first time out here of the game. Well, Richard, you were a teammate of LeBron James's, winning a title in Cleveland with them, playing with LeBron. What was something you learned about his game and about him?
Well, I learned that he takes the greatness that has been bestowed upon him as a gift, and it is a curse, but he understands how to handle both.
Catching up on the changes to Dallas. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Klay Thompson comes in for Washington, and Kyrie Irving subbed in for Luka Doncic. Dallas shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Dallas. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 1. They keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
It just seems like the defense wasn't interested. They got away with one.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter. Down in the block, it's LeBron and Davis. Austin Reeves out there with Christie. And a Hachimura in at the 3 slot. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities on All-Star Weekend, but, you know, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more. And as we get closer to the three-point contest, once we have our final list of official contestants.
And it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We've got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
And so it's Dallas with it. After Los Angeles picked up 3 with their last shot.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks, guys. The Lakers this summer signing first-time head coach J.J. Redick. He's a veteran of 15 seasons, and the sharpshooter's rise in broadcasting had been meteoric. The Lakers really want Redick to be their long-term head coach, but the question, with an aging superstar in LeBron, how much patience will exist in L.A. for Redick learning on the job?
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Olson. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. LeBron James is still dominating at an age where most players are well into their retirement. How does he do it? He said show up, put the work in, and then go out and trust it. I'm just trying to push the limit. See how far I can take this thing. It's me versus Father Time. Kevin, back to you.
And David, that's one you're always going to win against Father Time. Hey, thank you for the report. The Mavericks trailing. Out to the right wing. Now, Washington. He had 10 points in the win against Memphis. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Doncic. And he can't bank that one in. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers winning their last game against the Rockets in Houston. And it's Davis with the jam.
This is the defensive intensity you have to have against Davis inside, but he still powers through it.
MP against Christie. Out to the right wing. Exum kicks to Washington. And that'll be Mavericks retain possession. And the Mavericks with some changes. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Najee Marshall comes in for P.J. Washington. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Doncic. Christian Woods checked in for the Lakers. And here is Hachimura. This game he had 10 points. Count it. Hachimura's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is...
The Lakers, 36.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
So with Irving on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. Big man on the floor for him. It'll be Washington Gafford. MP is out there with Luka Doncic, and it's Marshall in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Washington. He's on target from 8 feet out. Washington's got the first points of the second half here for Dallas. Reeves against Doncic. To the inside, James. A rebound by Washington. Mavericks trail by 6. Pass to MP. Offensive rebound. And Gafford throws it down.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
The pass to Davis. Reeves outside. Floats it out for James. And James throws it down.
So unpredictable in pick and roll sets. James just taking what he sees and lets it open up.
I know Reeves has been accused of hunting fouls before, Richard. Do you see that?
Oh, I don't know if it's all on Reeves. It's just the way the game is played. Great players learn how to put you in position to foul them. The goal of the game is to score, and if that's hunting fouls, then hunt away.
And once Doncic gets inside with the ball, he's halfway there. Then he just uses his strength to finish the job.
Christie the pass to Reeves. Off target with his three.
That's one for their first 4 to start the second half.
Marshall deciding where to go with it. He drops in the layup off the glass. And now just a 2-point Los Angeles lead.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Here's Davis. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Washington. For the tie. No good that time. LeBron with some nice D. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game marks the start of a 5-game homestand, the longest of the season. LeBron James charging through contact.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
Dallas calls timeout.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And Coach called his timeout to try and reset things on offense. Shake them up a bit so they can hopefully start getting some shots to fall.
Mavericks will go for a different look here. Derek Lively. So the Lakers 5 right now. Down in the block, it's LeBron and Davis. Austin Reeves out there with Christie. And it's Hachimura in at the small forward. Here's Reeves. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Doncic. Doncic with a strong move inside.
And showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
Christie the pass to James. To take the lead. And they recover it. Here's Davis. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want. It just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
And stolen by James. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. MP, no good. The Lakers trail. To the wing right side. Here's James. And finished off by LeBron.
When LeBron is being aggressive on offense, you got to make a change. You can't let him just have his way.
Reeves against MP. He kicks to Doncic. From past the arc. Doncic knocks in the 3.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
James dishes to Davis. To the middle. Wide open. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Reeves.
Not just a jump shooter, Reeves is also skilled at converting in close.
Here's Washington. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on LeBron James.
Yeah, the defender all over.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Mavericks.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
That's been all night long. And also dominating the offensive boards, and that's been winning them a lot of extra looks at the hoop.
Here's James. Strong inside. What a move by James.
I'm sorry, just who else would you want it shooting there? LeBron James, just so calm under pressure.
Gafford kicks to MP. with the drive. 5 to shoot. Here's Marshall. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP's got his 3rd assist on the night, and the Lakers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 1:57 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And now let's take a look at the New Balance.
Support your team. Make sure you get home safely, and we'll see you at the next sporting event.
Still don't know a 10 and ain't a soul that's gonna take from me. A lot of life be fairy tale, they be make believe. If I tell her I'll be right back, yeah, she gon' wait for me. I love model every name from A to Z. Yeah, these got me. How the these mad at me cause I got rich? They mad at me cause these went broken, they need fix. They ain't give me nothing, I ain't giving no grown man. These handshakes getting weirder and weirder. Look at every man eye to eye, I don't fear them. These little act worse than I ain't by my other person.
It's showtime for the 2K community. Let's take a look at your 2K TV top plays of the week. Let's sail to the elite affiliation with Lynx. Elevates for the snatch block, and he's running. Can somebody stop the ball? Anybody? Oh, come on. Slammed. They go coast to coast. Sir CC gets on their horse and...
Let's meet the starters for your New Orleans Pelicans. The man in the middle, standing 6'11", number 21, Enibiei. At guard, 6'3", number 3, CJ. At the point, 6 feet 4 inches, number 5, DeJounte Murray. At forward, 6'8", number 14, Brandon Ingram. At forward.
Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. Courtside. And now Dallas' starting group. Washington and Lively down low. Kyrie Irving out there with MP. And it's Marshall in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Pelicans, Ingram is the 3. Here we go. Zion playing the 4. Murray and McCollum make up the talented backcourt. And it's Messi in at the 5. And Grant sitting at the midway point of the season now. As a player, does it feel that way? Or does one half drag on more than the other?
You know, I'd say the back half can feel a little bit longer. Whether it's games of consequence that magnify things, or for teams lower down, maybe the season drags on at the end.
MP, good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And I absolutely love the attack mentality, even with the bigger defender on him.
Yeah, that's an awesome finish there for sure. Not allowing that big guy to have his way or alter the shot.
And so Murray will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Pass to Williamson. Lively grabs a miss. And we're about a minute into the first. Now here's MP. Lively passes to MP. Back to Lively. And stolen by Williamson. And here's the fast break. And there's McCollum on the assist from Williamson.
Well, CJ, as soon as he gets a step on you, you're pretty much done. Aggressive right there in transition.
Brent, one area where Zion Williamson continues to improve is as a passer.
Well, B.A., he's cut down his turnovers while more than doubling his rate of assists. And to me, that's just familiarity, getting on the court more consistently and not being injured. I mean, he's going to build and compound on that experience. So starting to make plays is starting to show for Zion.
Murray's shot is good.
If guys are getting points inside, that's a bad sign for the defense. So you don't want to allow too much penetration, especially from DeJounte.
MP to pass to Irving. Launches it. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Here's Murray. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And Grant, DeJounte Murray, a bit of a throwback player. He's comfortable attacking at all 3 levels.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he does a lot of work in the mid-range for a guard. He's very comfortable with any shot on the floor. Not shy about putting up a ton of attempts if that's what's needed.
MP the pass to Washington. Lively with it. McCollum defends. Here's Marshall. Again, the miss by Dallas.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Williamson. Second shot opportunity. Oh, it's blocked by Washington. Murray against Irving. Over Murray. And Irving gets it to go.
Kyrie Irving, one of the league's most devastating scorers. He can shoot with confidence from just about anywhere on the floor.
Murray against MP. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And Dallas calls time here. They're coming off a win against the Nuggets. The Mavericks trailing. On the perimeter, they'll go with McCollum and Ingram. Then it's Murray. Then there's Zion Williamson. And it's Messi in at the 5. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
And New Orleans shooting at about 44% so far. Here's Murray. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
They have no answer defensively inside.
MP the pass to Irving. Back to MP. Lets it fly. Washington outside. Over Williamson. And good as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Washington's got his first points of the game. Here's Murray. Mavericks with a rebound. Grant, when you look at this Pelicans team, their length is so impressive.
Yeah, they've made a point to draft players with big wingspans, and that really helps them on the defensive end. They're all very switchable. Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
He does not get the second one.
He was able to tie it up. He has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
McCollum into the lane. Soft touch off the glass. McCollum's got his second basket on the night.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Murray against MP. Inside. Here we go. One-on-one. The shot by Ingram. No good. Exum outside. To the inside. McCollum with a steal. To the middle. Here's Murray. That's good. And it's McCollum with the assist. Murray's gotten 4 this quarter. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense, getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possessions. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
Ingram with the ball. He's scoreless. Outside Murray. The three is up. Offensive board. Misi. Excellent D there from Lively.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
The drive by MP. And Washington powers it through.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. It's stolen by MP. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
Now catching the lead pass at full speed, terrific anticipation, and the delivery on time, on target.
Outside Ingram. Out to McCollum.
Hard to convert against that kind of defensive pressure.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. To the left side wing. Here's Williamson. Oh, a power move. Zion.
Well, Zion is no stranger to guys being around him. He's used to going through them, and he does it there.
Timeout on the floor. Mavericks. Well, Brent, as you know, finding success in the NBA is largely dependent on the situation.
BA, you hit me.
First half comes to an end. We've got a
The end of the first half with the score. Your Pelicans 36. The Mavericks 40.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. And Irving has got the ball here for Dallas. They lead by 4. And on the floor for Jason Kidd as we get into the second half. Washington and Lively down low. NP is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Grimes in at the small forward position. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Kyrie Irving.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. New Orleans has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks. Well, MP in their last game against the Nuggets provided a nice lift. He had 14 points, and his mindset coming in, attack. Get the shot or get to the line. He was a big reason they were able to snap that losing streak, using it as motivation. Guys?
Yeah, Allie, he was playing with excellent intensity out there, getting what he wanted.
Agreed. He's coming into this one with some great momentum.
No reason to settle. Just keep getting to his money spots.
Here's MP. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. MP's got 6.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Pelicans trail by 5. Brent, what's something you've seen from Murray's time in San Antonio to now?
Well, there's been no stopping BA of the type of work that DeJounte Murray puts in. He's had to learn a new system, but he's adapted to that, and he continues to play both ends of the floor to make an impact.
Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Grant.
Yeah, BA, he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answer that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
Tipped away. It's stolen by Lively. And up the court they come. The Mavericks on the break. And Irving, the bucket on the assist by Lively. Irving's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Kyrie, such a blur in the open court, leaks out so quickly and then gets to the right spot in transition.
Murray, shot is good.
What a great option he gives them on every possession.
The Mavericks lead by 3. Irving, the pass to MP. Shots blocked. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Williamson. Goes up again. Up again. It's good on the footback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Williamson against Washington. 6 to shoot. Misi grabs the board. Here's Lively. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points. And the Mavericks lead by 3. Time called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments. Pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Here's MP. Murray and McCollum make up the talented backcourt. Brandon Ingram out there with Herb Jones. And it's Misi in at the center position. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Dinwiddie outside. Fires from deep. On target from range.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
We know CJ can score it, but the passing component of his game, I mean, McCollum's really upgraded it.
Here's MP. Pass to Gafford. Outside for Irving. Now MP. Here's Dinwiddie. And he'll throw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
And really strong at the line since the break.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Their offensive game plan has been simple. Look to shoot it often from outside the arc. And the results have been outstanding.
All game long, they've just done a great job of keeping the pressure on the defense and penetrating with the pass. They've gotten everything inside, and they've converted there.
And Dallas making a change here. Grimes is checked in.
Well, when Ingram is this aggressive offensively, the refs notice it too.
And Brandon Ingram was the key piece of the Anthony Davis trade. That move changed his career, Brent.
No doubt about it. B.I. won the most improved player of the year in his first season away from the Lakers. So sometimes that change of scenery can open up opportunity and get you a chance to show your excellence.
McCollum, the pass to Murray. Here's Misi. Pass to Jones. Here's Misi. And Gafford with the block.
Well, Gafford uses his size to reach out and delete that attempt.
Here's McCollum. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Dallas leading by 5. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Gafford in the post. Kicks it out to MP. Shot clock at 6. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Irving for 3. Pelicans cleared away. Ingram deciding where to go with it. From outside the arc. Washington grabs the miss.
Well, he just hasn't found his rhythm tonight, partly because he's gotten fewer touches.
MP up top. Here's Grimes, covered by Ingram. Ooh, good work defensively by Ingram. And Irving gets it to go.
Zero hesitation. Irving was all set to go.
Now here's Ingram. He's guarded closely. Knocked away. Here's Misi. And he banks in the layup.
Smart play call to get him something at the rim.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Well, they've been turning that ball over way too much, and they really need to address this if they want to win this game. I love this.
Let's take a moment to present the New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I really liked how he found a rhythm out there from the three-point line. He elevated his game with his efficient and timely shooting, which really helped his ball club tonight.
Zion Williamson is checked in for New Orleans. Lively, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Thompson comes in for Grimes. All right, time for an injury report.
Guys, I was able to catch up with Dallas's head athletic trainer, and unfortunately, I have to share bad news. It's the bicep muscle, which has been completely torn. Rotations, game plans, and minute distribution will all need to be readjusted while he's out of the lineup.
All right, that's good intel. We've definitely been thinking of him, and now we have some more clarity, guys.
Yeah, they now have all the information they need in order to determine the next steps.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates and competing.
We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And it's rejected. Down low. Here's Irving. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. MP's got 3 assists now in this one. Ingram against Thompson. Ingram, pass to Williamson. Back to Ingram. And the rebound goes to Dallas. They've led by as much as 10. Now MP. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Washington's checked in for Gafford.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Checking in for the Mavericks.
Pass to Irving. Launches a 3. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
No, a great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Timeout called. The Pelicans. They're down by 8. 40 seconds left in the game. .40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. McCollum finds Ingram. No good that time. Nice D from Thompson. And so Thompson will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 8-point game. 23 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Clock at 6. Here's MP. Pass to Lively. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. And now a 10-point Maverick lead. And here's Williamson. He's guarded by Washington. Murray from outside fires in the triple.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And so it's Dallas winning this one. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you know, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Brent Barry, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching tonight's game. So long and good night, everyone.
Stand on all 10 and ain't a soul that's gonna take from me. I done life be fairy tale, they be make believe. If I tell her I'll be right back, yeah, she gon' wait for me. I love model every name from A to Z. Yeah, these got me How the f these mad at me cause I got rich? They mad at me cause these went broken, they need fix. They ain't give me nothing, I ain't giving no grown man. These handshakes getting weirder and weirder. Look at every man eye to eye, I don't fear them. These little act worse than me. I ain't buy my other the purse in a minute. I ain't take a pretty to Turks in a minute. I ain't put no in a minute. I ain't been on earth in a minute. I always talk to God, but I ain't been to church in a minute. Crosses on my pants, I'm a Christian for real. Vixens for real. At the end of it, I stand on business for real. Throw it like money over. I know how I feel to be discreet, so fame love kinda small, gotta beef it up. It's forever with us, we don't got it. I put it on your head, look, keep it up. Yeah. 30,000 ones, 30 on me. Go around and make it. Keep on acting like you have emotion. Just in a way.
The starting lineup for the visiting Oklahoma City Thunder. At shooting guard, Isaiah Joe. At small forward, Lugens Dort. At center, Chet Holmgren. Starting at small forward.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Dort and Williams up in the forward positions. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Isaiah Joe. And it's Holmgren in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Mavericks, Washington and Lively hold down the post for him. Moving on the wing along with Thompson. And it's MP in at the point to the right side. All right, we're in the middle of the season here, Greg. How do you stay engaged at this time of the year?
Honestly, Kevin, it can be hard. The schedule is so daunting. There's really no time to reset. So spending your off days recharging, I think, is important.
Now, here's Washington. After the miss from Chet Holmgren. MP passes to Washington. Here's Lively. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
Joe in the corner. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target from three-point range. The Mavericks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. I'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Jason Kidd.
He said SGA has this special ability to lull a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. Coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat them. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now, here's MP. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Thompson. Kicks it out to MP. That 3 off the mark.
Boy, they are frigid right now. I mean, failing to connect on their first 4 attempts.
Here we are sizing up GA. Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch-and-shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.